Can somebody please tell me what is going on with this 1975 Paul Simon song? It is one of the most confusing things I have ever heard. I have no idea what key this song is in, and why do I love it so much? So far, I'm like, I got it. And then I hear this chord and I go, oh, maybe, well, okay, what is it? Then I hear that chord and I go, I have no idea what this is. And then I'm like, okay, what is this gonna be? And then I feel like there were just 8 different things implied there, and I don't really know where to start. Let's take a look at this intro, because just in the intro alone, we are treated to what I can only describe as a confusing set of chord changes. We get this beautiful E7 chord to start it out, and the vibes are immaculate. It just starts out and it's got this nice groove, and I love the guitar sound. I love the quality of the bass. Like, everything about it just is absolutely fantastic. And then the first move we make is we go to the... Here's the thing. You gotta, on some level, guess. If you hear just the first chord, you might say, is this home bass? Is this the key that we're in? Are we in the key of E? Because that would be perfectly acceptable. People write songs in E all the time. There's no reason to think you're not. So if you are thinking that, then that next chord that comes up is B minor 7. And the chord after that is A7. If this were to go back to E7 after this, it would be totally normal. We'd be like, yeah, that makes perfect sense. I've heard a ton of things that sound just like that. For example, listen to this. Totally normal. You'd be like, that's great. I love this song in the key of E. But no, that's not what we get. We get E. That's a beautiful change, by the way, right? E7 to that B minor 7. It's a little bit unexpected, because if we are in the key of E, then that's the 5 chord. B is the 5 chord, but we would expect that 5 chord to B major. But it's not. To B major. Oh, God. Sorry. It's B minor. So already that's like a nice little, like, oh, huh, cool, where are we going? We go to A7, but now we go to D6? I'm already confused because that's a little bit unexpected. But then we go to D sharp diminished, and I'm lost. I have no idea where we're going anymore. I don't know what life is anymore. And then we go to E minor. So it's like, and now I'm like, well, I don't really understand where we are. And then I'm confused even further, because we go down to A sharp diminished 7, to an A minor chord, to a D9 chord, like, as if it's a big 5 chord leading to where? Well, G major would be, if that was a 5 chord, it would be going to G major. But we don't see a G major anywhere. Scrolling, no G major, no G... At the very end. We haven't even started the song yet. We're just in the intro and I'm confused already. But let's listen. Let's see if we can understand it further. Go back to the E7 chord. Okay. Love this melody, is so sick.
The sky was yellow and the grass was green.
Ooh! Did you hear? Listen to the inner voice movement there.
And the grass was green.
Wow.
The sky was yellow and the grass was green.
Oh, it goes all the way down to the A.
And we drove away.
Yeah, and then
I do it for your love. The rooms were musty and the pipes were old.
The vocal harmonies there are sick.
The rooms were musty.
Oh, let's see what that is. That's actually insane. Okay, hold on. I didn't even think about this before. So Paul Simon is singing the flat 7. That's the melody note. Right? So on that D natural that he's singing, the melody notes are F sharp, that's expected because that's just the ninth, so it turns into like an E9 chord. But then on top of that, we also have the natural 11. Now, what's interesting about the natural 11 is that if we drop that an octave, we realize that all it is the 4. But here's the thing. How often do you have a chord, even if it's just a triad, like an E major triad, how often do you have a chord that has the 3rd, the 5th, and the 4th? And, I'm just thinking about this now. That's another note in the upper extension. Drop that an octave, what do you get? You get the 2nd. So we drop the 11th an octave, you get the 4th. This chord is literally almost the entirety of the E major scale. That is so cool. And I love the way that this harmony structure on top of an E chord, what is this really? It's just D major over E major. That's how you get an E11 chord. I feel we gotta move on because I'm way over analyzing this. By the way, I put out a survey recently, and I'm looking for like your guys' feedback on what you want to see out of the future of this channel. I just got done posting a video every single day for the month of November. It was an amazing experiment. I had so much fun doing it. It was a ton of work. Highly don't recommend, but I learned a bunch. And one of the biggest things is that I want to hear from you. So I put a link in the description it's just a Google form. It's 10 questions. It'll take you literally like hopefully 3 minutes, I don't know. But if you wouldn't mind, I would love to hear from you about what you like. What are the things that I cover that you like to watch on this channel? And then there's some questions about like, what are some things you'd like to see in the future? It is so helpful for me to hear that from you guys. So if you don't mind, use that link in the description and just take a couple minutes and fill out that survey. And that would help me a ton. And hopefully it'll help you too, because it'll help steer the direction of the content I make in the future. Also, while you're down in that description, we've extended the Black Friday sale by just a couple days. So if you were thinking about maybe picking up this year's Black Friday bundle, you still have a chance to do that. It's over $600 worth of my course products for 99 bucks. It includes the brand new Better Piano System, as well as 3 free bonuses, including 2 entire additional courses, my Intro to Improvisation course and my Making Sense of Modes course. And I'm also going to throw in my ebook, Jazz Piano Improv Volume 1. It's over 200 pages. It has 50 meticulously written out choruses, over 10 of the most popular jazz standards. And I got together with my trio and we recorded 40 downloadable backing tracks. So it's all in there. The Better Piano System is literally the biggest product I've ever made. It's still coming out as we speak, but right now, if you go in there, there are over 200 videos waiting for you. Plus, there's already 2 full-blown walkthroughs of a few different things that you might be interested in playing. One, it's over an hour long. It's a first note to last note walkthrough of Beethoven's Fürlies. And then I also did one, this is super fun. I wrote a piano arrangement of Jubilife City from Pokemon Diamond. And I was like, I think I better tell people how to play this. So there's an over hour-long walkthrough of that as well. This is just one of the things. I want to be doing a bunch of things just like this in the Better Piano System, so it's only going to get bigger and better. So grab that while you can. It's 99 bucks and it's only available for, I forget where we are now, but you don't have much time. And that's the best way that you can support the channel. If you do like the content I do here, that's how I support it. And so I really appreciate you checking that out. But anyways, let's keep listening because this is really sick. And it's also incredibly confusing and I still don't really know what's going on.
And the pipes were old.
Oh, I love that so much.
All that winter we shared a cold. Drank all the orange juice that we could hold.
So we're doing the same as the intro, kind of.
I do it for your love.
What just happened? The first time around in the verse, it was exactly the same as the intro. We went E7 to B minor 7, A7 to D6, and then we get this interesting walk up. And in the verse, we heard like a change in the bass. We heard a change to the F sharp. But what does that really do? It doesn't really change anything. Because if I play 2 octaves of D sharp diminished 7, we can see inside of that, there's F sharp diminished 7. It's the same chord, right? This is why like there are only 3 diminished chords, because each one has 4 permutations that are identical. Every time I say something like that, I'm like, I have to explain this. I bear with me. This is actually really cool. So, D sharp diminished is the same notes as F sharp diminished, is the same notes as A diminished, is the same notes as C diminished. They're all identical notes, right? So we can see that if I play each one, you can see inside of here. There's C, there's A, there's F sharp, right? And then D sharp, right? So that's one. There it covers 4 different chords, same notes. Let's move chromatically down. Now we have basically what it is inside of a diminished 7th chord, every chord tone, you can start the chord from that chord tone and it's identical. D diminished is F diminished, is A flat diminished, is B diminished, is D, they're all the same. And then we only have one left, and that's C sharp, E, G, and A sharp or B flat. And that's it. So really there's only 3 diminished chords because each one has 4 permutations that are all identical. Anyways, when we get to the second ending of this, the first time we ended it just like we did in the intro. Went from that A sharp, A minor, D9, like it's setting up something that is definitely not what it actually sets up, which is going back to the top. That's actually a really cool move. I like that. Anyway, second ending, we go A sharp, but then instead of going to A minor, like we've been doing, we now go to E flat 7. We just get a big old 5-1 in A flat. What? And then briefly switches to A augmented before. I don't get it. I don't get it, but I love it. I don't get it, but it's amazing. What is life? Okay.
Found a rock in an old junk shop.
That chord is nuts.
Brought it home to you. Along the way, the colors red, the orange bled the blue.
What? Now we're back to that E7. Okay, we gotta look at what just happened there because I have absolutely no idea. We have this marked as the bridge. Wait, listen to that. That is so sick. Oh, that is so great. Oh, man. Wow. I just want to listen to that over and over again. What even is that? C sharp? Wow. I still don't know what key we're in, so I don't know what to say about the relationship between those 2 chords other than that's one of the most beautiful 2 chords together I think I've ever heard. Specifically because the A minor isn't just A minor. It has the major 7 on it. Oh, it's so like heart-wrenching. And what planet on which would we play C sharp minor and we say, oh, we gotta find a common tone in C sharp minor with A minor and decide on G sharp as the note to choose. That's nuts. Anyway, so then we move on and we go back to C sharp, but now it's major. Almost like it's going 1 chord to 4 chord. And still I don't know what key we're in. Anyways, B minor. Oh, this one's really cool. Could we call this an F sharp diminished major 7? That would be this sound. Because I don't see an E flat in the melody. I'd have to listen back and see if we are playing an E flat. Or a D sharp, in this case, I suppose. But that F natural, that's like F sharp diminished major 7. That's a gnarly chord. What? C diminished, B major, B flat 7, leading to E7 is the resolution? What is going on? That is straight up a tritone resolution and not a tritone sub like we would normally point out. And now we're gonna stretch each chord change twice as long. Now we go to A7, and we're doing this so that we give the soloist a little bit of time to kind of develop each one of these places. Now D6, D4, we get a second measure, D6, but it's gonna be exactly the same pretty much, because now we have D sharp diminished. Yeah, E minor. That's the, okay, so that's from the second ending, and now we're gonna go back to the bridge. C minor. That is so dope. Okay, C sharp major to F sharp major. Now we're randomly gonna go up a major third to B flat minor. That is so insane. Okay, let me point out one other thing about that, because when we make that transition from C diminished to B flat 7, that's the melody. 2 notes, F and G flat. Which is weird here, right? And over B major, it's the sharp 11, which is bizarre. And then it's just the 5th. Resolving to E7. I can't get over that E7 resolution.
The sting of reason, splash.
Oh, those vocal harmonies are so sick.
The northern and the southern hemispheres.
D sharp diminished. E minor. Now here we go.
I do it for your love.
Now we're gonna get an extended ending. There's D.
Your love.
C over G. G major. Is that the key it's in? I have no idea. That's the only time we ever see a G major, but it is a definitive resolution. I think the more accurate picture is that there's probably a lot of modulations going on. I don't know if key change is the right word. Now, in my brain, a modulation, I guess, okay, so here's the thing. I've seen multiple examples of this. I've always sort of thought of a modulation as a temporary key change. That's not technically correct. Really, a key change is the existence of 2 keys. You go from one to the other, and how you get there is the modulation. So it's like modulation is the verb, key change is the result. I think that's technically correct. But I've always liked this idea of thinking of a modulation as like a temporary key change, meaning that if you're just gonna move out of the key for a short period of time and then come back to it, it doesn't seem that correct to like call it a full-blown key change, because it's not that serious, you know what I mean? But in this case, I truly don't even really know what's going on at all. But maybe that's just the beauty of 70s Paul Simon. This song is absolutely incredible, and it's incredibly confusing, and you know, we wrote it out in G major, and most of the reason for that was because it ends on G major. And other than that, I'm like, I don't know. But this was shared with me recently, and I thought it was such a cool song, and I wanted to cover it because the harmony is just absolutely insane. And just so, confusing is the best word I could come up with, because I still am not quite sure what's going on in it, but it's a beautiful song. And I love it. Don't forget, we extended the Black Friday sale just by a couple days, so there's still time to grab $600 worth of my course products for 99 bucks. So if that's of any interest to you, check out that link in the description. You can find out all about it. Thank you so much for watching this video, and we'll see you in the next one.